chapter 2, so if the tangent line to y equals f of x at the point 4, comma 2 passes through the point 0, 1, and f of 4 and f prime of 4. So I guess it's asking, yeah, what do those equal?
Very good. So here's the situation. So point 0, comma 1 is this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, comma 2 is this point. So there is a function, and the tangent, it's not really tangent, I'm sorry. I'm going to erase that. So the tangent to the graph of f of x at point 4, comma 2, so this is the point P, 4, comma 2, this is the point 0, comma 1, and this is our function f of x. So at this point, this tangent at 4, comma 2 also crosses or passes to this point. We're asked to find f of 4. How much is f of 4?
Two.
Very good. And how much is f prime of 4? It's the slope of this line.
Right.
So 2 minus 1. So f prime of 4 is 2 minus 1 over 4 minus 0. So 1 over 4.
Perfect. Yeah, that's one of those where, I mean, I could see like the application
Right.
later on,
Right.
but in
Exactly.
chapter 2 it was kind of just
Yes.
you just had to know it, I guess.
Yes. I
Thank you.
agree. Thank you. Very good question. Good. Next question.
Could do another one from that same section.
Sure.
So it's find f prime of a, and then the function is f of x equals 4x squared minus 5x plus 2.
And I'm assuming they want the definition because at that time we did not know differentiation rules.
Right.
Okay, so remember f prime of a has two possibilities. One, which is the limit as x approaches a from f of x minus f of a over x minus a, or limit as h approaches 0 from f of a plus h minus f of a over h. For some functions this is easier, for others this is easier. I can give a recipe before I look at the function. As you saw in a previous example when we find the integral, the one with the radical required less calculations than this one. So it depends on the function. So which one would you like to try? At the same time, it's okay if you determine f prime of x, which is limit as h approaches 0 from f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. It's fine. It's basically, this is the only one for f prime. These are the two possibilities for f prime of a. And then at the end, you plug in a. I accept any of that. Since it's in WebAssign, actually, I don't want to say that you can cheat or something, but obviously this is important, and I'm just relying on you that you're interested in these topics and but obviously you can use the differentiation rules. I mean, what can I do, right? Now, I recommend you turning in your notes, so you should do either, on one or these, because once you turn in the notes and you made a mistake and I see that you follow the correct steps, then you get at least 50, 70, maybe even 80% of the point if you made an error at the end. And you should check with the differentiation rules. Of course, now on the side, I can write immediately this. I mean, the answer has to be that. For f prime of a, the answer will be, of course, 8a minus 5. So I know now way ahead of time what I should get. So which one would you like to work with? 1, 2, 3.
I think it's 2.
You want to work with this? Perfect.
Sure.
Excellent. Is that what you meant?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So f prime of a equals limit as h approaches 0. F of a will be 4 a plus h squared minus 5 a plus a plus 2, watch me run out of room, minus f of a, which will be minus this, plus this, minus this. And of course I ran out of room, and I'm going to just do this, because there's not enough room in there. So, f prime of a, limit. Do not drop the limit operator till the very end, please. Okay, so 4 a plus h squared minus 5 a plus h plus 2 minus 4a squared plus 4a and minus 2. And as we remember, when we calculate the difference quotient, all terms without h must go away, and eventually this h will go away. And then h will go away for good when I apply the limit. Okay, so limit as h approaches 0. I have to expand this, but do not multiply. You have to expand before you multiply. So a squared plus 2ah plus h squared minus 5a minus 5h. I'm going to remove those two. They go away. So as you see, I already made an error. This is minus 5a, not minus 4a. So minus 4a squared and plus 5a, because I realized that I ran into a problem. These terms have to go away. So I said, uh-oh, what did I do now? Okay, so then we have limit as h approaches 0, 4a squared plus 8ah plus 4h squared minus 5h minus 4a squared. As expected, I will pull out an h and simplify with this. So this is limit as h approaches 0, 8a plus 4h and minus 5. And now when I apply the limit, of course, I get exactly as planned, 8a minus 5. as expected, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does it make sense?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
So always remember, all terms without age must go away quickly. If they don't, I'll say oops and go back. After that, age in the denominator has to go away. And at the very end, because of the limit, this must go away because age approaches 0. And now you are empowered with all the rules. So you can always come back with that and say, I know exactly what I have to get. If you're taking Calc 2 over the summer, please do not take other classes. Do not register for other classes if you plan on taking Calc 2 over the summer. Please.
I was gonna double down and just do a full course with someone else.
Nice try, Sean. I knew you wouldn't do that to me.
I've made that mistake once before. Even went to classes about taking two and
No, please, no, especially not in the summer. I'm available. I have 2 classes, I think, or even more. But I'm working on developing an online class, so I'm around if you run into any difficulties. If you decide to take it, if you want to wait till the fall, it's fine too.
Are they gonna try and do the testing center over the summer by any chance? Or just
I
continue with
certainly hope not, because we don't know what's happening. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Anything else for me? Very good questions. Awesome, really. I hope you will stay in touch. I hope you will share your successes with me. I'm not cutting the class short. I want to forget to tell you that I'm impressed with your work. It's been a super, super challenging semester, especially 13 weeks, and on top of everything, what we are going through. So, I know you learned a lot this semester.
Are there any sections on the final that you maybe see students struggle with, like over each year consistently?
Oh,
or
very
is it-
good question. Algebra. This.
Yeah, algebra's hard.
I mean, how can it be? right? Without algebra, how can we master calculus? So, yeah, this is one of them. In the quotient rule, they put the incorrect order. They simplify in a sum, something like this, which makes me absolutely cry. This really, really makes me cry. If you hear somebody scream in the background, it's me. That's not possible. I can't simplify. This is a piece of a term. It's not a factor. Can simplify. What else? Maybe a little bit limits. Maybe the implicit differentiation a little bit. It's not unlikely that the final exam has errors because it covers, 13, 14, 15 weeks of material. So that's why I always encourage my students to redo those tests every weekend so that everything is super fresh. And the more you review, the faster you become, the better skill you have, which is extremely useful in Calc 2. I meant to turn this on so you can see me. Any questions?